Hi, today is quite a sunny hot day and I don't do well in the sun, so I am going to work in the shade, and I have quite a few things to plant in the shade garden. I have hostas and heucheras and coleus and elephant ears, so I've got my work cut out for me. I'm going to start with a few hostas. I'm going to put some in the blue garden that I worked on the other day, and then a few up here above the orchard, and then I'll head down into the other shade area. I think I have a few days of shade planting, so maybe 2 videos of it, but today I'm just going to start up here above the orchard with some hostas and in the blue garden, and then head down into my deep shade garden and work with the other plants. So gonna get started. I'd like to add some hostas into this area along here and on the other side of this Australian peppermint. Here is where we had a tree taken out, and these are more dry shade areas than I've tried hostas before. Before they were completely eaten by snails and slugs, so nothing came up. But I think I have some opportunities here. I may not end up putting any in the blue garden, but if these work, I can always order more. So I may not have enough to put in the blue area, but isn't that pine beautiful? Okay, so here we go. As usual, a little bit of weeding first. So it's hard to untangle here, but let's see. This is one plant, I believe, 2 plants. So maybe 3 plants. 3 plants. These little hairs here on the edge, I believe, are going to go up, and those are where the old, you can see, I think this was an old flower stalk. Yeah, they do have a flower stalk. They have leaves and a flower stalk, so that's up. This is 3 of them right now. So I'm gonna go plant those. Let's see how deep. So planting depth is 1 to 2 inches. 12 to 18 inch spacing. These are 12 to 24 inch hostas. They're not very big, so I'm going to put them kind of toward the front of the border, sort of mid border. So I planted 3 of them, and then I put a stick where I planted them so that I would know I planted something there, because I'm going to come back in here with more things fairly soon. So I put 3 in this area. Go ahead and put 3 over here. In this area I have 2 of this plant with the white flowers here. I can't remember what it is, but I'll look it up, put it on the screen. I have come in the back of this area with impatiens, tree coleus, and currant, the pink flowering currant right there. I'm trying to create a screen. And then I actually did plant in this area, it's not Bells of Ireland, it's the one everybody's always afraid of, Lily of the Valley. And they didn't do well at all. So I don't know if these hostas are gonna go. It may just be absolutely too dry for them, but I wanna give it a try. because this is an area where I think it'd be pretty to have some. But I did just come in with some swordleaf ferns, and there's a, in the middle there, I have to move it because it's not doing well. It's a Jerusalem sage, but it's a purple one. So gotta get that moved, but I'm gonna plant these hostas here now. I tried to plant something else here before, I can tell. It's all dried out. That doesn't bode well. Well, let's get it down in there where there's some water. I think that's one of the lily of the valleys. First thing I have to do in this area is cut back the flower stalks on the Geranium majorensis. Yes, there are still a few flowers on them, but they're not in their full glory anymore. And I'm going to take the flower heads and scatter them elsewhere around the yard, the seeds. They're very sticky, and so you can just take balls of them and put them where there's some moisture, or where you're going to want more of them, and they will come up the next year. They're biennial, so it takes 2 years to create a flower stalk. Those big leaves are the leaves that they send out. So these ones are done. They're falling over. They're leaning. They're done. So I'm gonna cut them out. I gotta clean out. I see some more of that cucumber. It's awful. It's everywhere. And I want to come in here with some more color. And then on this side, I need to clean out more again of the cucumber is there. And I've planted pretty much everything in this area. I want to pull some of the ivy down out of the trees, tame the ivy back off the pathways here. And here's more of the heuchera. That's the same one, I think. There's another one back in there. It's hard to see for the ivy. So I want to tame the ivy back to the line of those trees there a little bit. And I may end up planting some of these in pots. I have this pot here. I don't have any irrigation in it. It's metal. I could drill a hole through the bottom and put irrigation up through it, but I don't know if I have the energy for that today. But this area I want to come in with more of the ruby coral bells because they're so pretty in here. And I love how they contrast the stems of the lime irisine. On this side I have this is a house plant. I thought, I wonder if it'll make it outside, and indeed it is making it outside. It's very happy. So that Monstera, and this is a coleus that I planted, I think maybe from seed or a little 6-pack last year, and it's coming back. I may just leave these this year, or this may be where I come in with those elephant ears. This Tradescantia bubblegum, and there's, oh goodness, there's blackberry growing through this whole area. Oh, so much to battle back from after spending so much time in bed with that broken leg. And then this way, I had planted this pink flags are little baby clivias. So you can see back in here, those are clivia. They come up with some pretty flower stalks. And this area, the blackberries, it's growing through here, and it's quite a mess. I see crabgrass to clean out, so I'm feeling exhausted. I'm probably gonna not do all this today. I'm gonna just plant in the other area. But as you come down into this shade, my color scheme was this coral, this bright kind of fuchsia pink coral, yellows, greens, and oranges, purples. There's one of the roof bits that blew off. This area, I want to put some more in here, maybe some of the irisine, the blood leaf, the green one. And because I think that'll look really pretty with these, once these get blooming, these hydrangeas. It'll be pretty to have them. Now these hydrangeas, I have 2 of them, they're pink. I got them again at one of those 50% off plants, and it is doing great. I mean, it's been 2 years, but it's doing great. And I guess there's one more area. So I'm on the back side of the shade garden, and this is the path that goes into it. And I guess I was thinking of maybe putting the coral bells, one here and one here. Gotta pull that ivy back a little bit. I tried some of the Paris, which is supposed to have a white flower, and it's not doing well here. It's not happy. Uh-oh. More cucumber. This cucumber. And then this side, this is again the back side. So I have some begonias here. This is where I wanted to add more begonias on the other side of this walkway. I know I have irrigation down in through here under all the ivy. I'll have to find it. So I want to get some more color on this side of the walkway. I'm just kind of trying to beef up this area with those brighter colors in the deep shade to make it pop. Okay, day 2. I had to call it yesterday. I just was so tired, and I looked at all the work that needed to be done and realized I needed a day to rest, or I needed to stop there for the day. And so I'm just gonna chunk away at it slowly, bite by bite, because there's a lot of work to do, and I'm recovering from a traumatic leg injury, and I can't overdo it or I won't heal appropriately. So I'm gonna take it easy and just slowly start cleaning out the overgrowth in this area in the shade garden. There's a lot of ivy that's overgrown, and I'm gonna start with these geranium majorensis behind me and just take it slowly. So I'll probably speed up the film because it's way too slow to watch when I actually do it, but I'm just gonna take little bite-sized pieces every day as I work on it. So that's much more cleaned out. There were some new ones already starting to sprout out there. And now I have this bucket of the seeds that I can go scatter around where I'm gonna want more of these. There are a few that are already starting again. One there, one over there. Whoops, I see a blood leaf that I pulled off. But this is really great. This whole area was nothing but spider webs, leaves, and leftover cucumber vines when we moved in. So this is really looking like a really neat shade garden now, and so that's exciting to me. So I do have some opportunity in here to put things in, knowing that these are going to get huge again and completely take over the area again. So not sure what I could put there that would hold its own. Maybe one of these elephant ears that gets 5 feet tall. Well, we'll see. I'm going to do all the cleanup and then go back through and do the planting. A little nest, probably quail or towhee, a nest on the ground. I'm going to call it again for the day. I just have to do some and then stop and rest. So I'm just going to make sure to keep these plants here watered in, the ones that are going to go in this area, and just make sure that they're in the right light condition, they're in the right temperature. They just need to make sure I keep them watered so that they don't expire before I can put them in the ground. So I'm going to go rest and tackle this again tomorrow. Maybe one more day of cleanup, I think, and then one day of planting. So we're getting there.